So take it away, Paul.
Sure. Well, you can go in all different directions from Los Angeles and encounter something pretty cool. And I'm a big roadside attraction guy. So that's kind of what my road trips consist of. You're not going to go far before there's something cool to do. There won't be long stretches of driving, except for maybe the last one, but I'll get to that in a sec. But so, for example, the first one would be if you take the 78 and 86 freeways east, you're going to hit the Salton Sea. Now, the Salton Sea is the largest lake in LA, but it's shrinking. It's highly salty. A lot of stuff has kind of died there. It's almost a dead lake at this point, but it has this history of being like the hangout spot for LA rich folk. But it's not that anymore, but still kind of fascinating to get an Airbnb just kind of hang out by this like dead lake. And all around it is weird desert stuff. Well, first of all, let me say what's not weird, and that would be Anzo Borrego Desert State Park. This is the largest state park in California. Killer stargazing. It's an international dark sky park. The town in the center of Borrego Springs. Wildflowers at the right time of year. And Ricardo Briseda did his artwork there. I don't know if you've seen it before. It's a giant serpent that goes in and out of the ground and then has a giant head coming out at the end. It's all metal work. It's incredible. And he's got a ton of stuff just out in this field. He's got two scorpions fighting each other or whatever. But the serpent, a lot of people know, and it's really cool.
Wow.
Slot Canyon hikes, crazy sunsets, tarantulas. We had a blast out at
that's great.
My wife and myself. Also out that way, you get Julian. It's the definition of a mountain town with apple pie so good that you have a whole festival about it now. And you can smell them as you walk down the street if you're there in the seasonal part of the year. It's an old gold rush town. Still under 2,000 people live there. Adorable eateries and shops. So Julian's a definite stop. It's along the Pacific Crest Trail if you've ever hiked that. But out back to Salton Sea. Out there, they've got Bombay Beach and Slab City. Now, this is a big square. Bombay Beach is a big square city, right? Inside it looks like it was a bombed out suburb of Beirut in the 80s. It's a mess. But the locals, they're just making large scale art installations out of the whole place. They don't care. Nothing going on there except it's art. So Bombay Beach and Slab City, and Salvation Mountain is out there too, which is a 28 years in the making man-made mountain of dirt and cement that a guy painted all over with all manner of scribbling from scripture. So art, desert, it's a whole scene, man. It's a vibe you do not know anything about until you're in it.
Wow, that's great. All right. How about number 2, Paul?
Well, number 2, I would say you probably got to get out to Joshua Tree National Park. This is the closest national park to Los Angeles. So if you're in Southern California and LA, it's not too bad of a trip to get out there. Boulder hikes. There's a dam with a lovely mini hike out there. Cave paintings, the sunsets to die for, stargazing.
Yeah.
Cactus garden. But all around Joshua Tree, it gets weird again.
Yeah.
Like the Salton Sea. So you got Pioneer Town, which isn't that weird. I love it because Pioneer Town was built for making movies, and I love movies. So that was built by like the likes of Gene Autry and Roy Rogers to make Westerns. And there's a big film museum there that shows you all the Westerns they made there that you've never heard of. Also, Ingrid Goes West. I don't know.
All right.
But it's a great, and there's no main street because there's no street. It's all dirt. There's a great restaurant called Pappy and Harriet's, which is legendary with live music. McCartney played there once because he thought it'd be cool just to be out in the middle of the desert and do a show for whoever was around. Okay. Elsewhere in Joshua Tree, you got the world famous Crochet Museum. You've got the Beauty Bubble Salon and Museum, all about harkening back to the old days of beauty salons with old equipment in there just for you to look at, I guess. And the Noah Purifoy Outdoor Desert Museum, which is another open desert art space where he just took a bunch of junk. And some of it has statements on racism and technology. Others just, hey, junk. Can't beat the price. It's free to go and look at. There's even something called Desert Christ Park by Anton Martin, who's a sculptor who made these giant bright white, which is shocking in the middle of the desert, 15-foot tall statues of Jesus and other characters from the Bible playing out his life on the hillside in Yucca Valley. So it's kind of like the first place I mentioned, super desert and artworks, but I mean, Joshua Tree National Park is special. So that's probably the key point out there, but you got to see what's around it too.
Love it. All right. What's next? Number 3.
Yeah, 395 north from LA has so many stops along it to do stuff. You want to give that time, but you can do a lot of it in a day. First of all, there's Lone Pine. I mentioned Pioneer Town being a place where they made movies. Lone Pine and the Alabama Hills in California. They made so many Westerns out here. And there's a big museum, again, celebrating the hundreds of Westerns that you've never seen. I want to go look up one of them and just watch it, because, like, what are these movies? There's all those movies, and Django Unchained and Iron Man. It's kind of crazy.
Right.
And they, like, anytime you need Afghanistan, I think they just did it in that movie or the TV show The Old Man with Jeff Bridges.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they just went out to the Alabama Hills. Good enough. Looks like it, you know.
There we go.
It's LA's good at playing other parts of the world. That's why I have this tour that I have where I show people movie locations, because LA can play anywhere, and even the outskirts now of California can play anywhere. But that's definitely worth checking out. You keep going north, you get to Manzanar, which is a former Japanese internment camp, which shows you one of the worst times in American history when we made terrible decisions about what to do with fellow Americans. It's kind of all gone, but it's mapped out in the ground, and there's plaques, and it's moving, and it's very emotional, but still absolutely worth it to stop and see. Let's not do this again.
Yeah,
know?
right.
Independence is a little town that's beautiful up there. Schatz's Bakery is my favorite place to stop. There's Eric Schatz has a bakery up there, which is phenomenal with everything. Tons of bread. You walk in, you're like, I'm going to be 1,000 pounds when I leave here. It's awesome.
All right. Up next, number 4 is...
Well, I think if you go the other direction and head west, you start going up the coast, you end up at Solvang. So this is like the 154 and 246 freeways. Solvang is it seems now that I look at it, a lot of these states have one of these. It's the Danish-style design and culture in a town form. You know, they have like Abel Skivers, which are the Danish dessert, and they have wineries all over the place, great bakeries and restaurants and fudge. It's beautiful at Christmas, and it's become a huge place to visit and enjoy yourself. They have I have a book called Cal 101, which is a Los Angeles Times writer picking 101 places you need to visit in the state. And Ostrich Land made his list. And that's in Solvang as well. It's someone's just got a ton of ostriches. You can come meet them, feed them, or do whatever. So that's over there as well. So Solvang's great. And then don't forget, because movies, you can create your own sideways tour up there as well. You can go to Los Olivos, you can go to Sanford Winery, the Hitching Post, the Los Olivos Cafe and Wine Merchant, the Fest Parker Winery and Vineyard, and that's the greatest movie, one of the greatest movies of the last, now wait a minute, not 20 years. It's 21 years old this year, soon to be 22. But that movie, I did that once, and it's really fun. Just go to all the places they filmed that movie and enjoy the great food and great atmosphere.
Love it. All right. And what's 5th on the list, Paul?
Well, listen, I got to say, number 1, despite all, you know, the as much as I love roadside attractions, this drive is the attraction, and it's the Pacific Coast Highway.
Yep.
If you hit the PCH in Santa Monica and start going northwest, you know, you're going to see just some incredible stuff. If you leave Santa Monica, you know, you got the Getty Villa stuff. They got cool buildings, the Getty Villa from the Getty family. You know, the Getty Center is a big deal here off the 405 freeway, but the one in Santa Monica is beautiful. The Adamson House, which is a 100-year-old almost, you know, upscale beach house from back in the day with 50 rooms. You can take a tour, and it's just amazing. And so are the gardens outside. They really, I thought they were building like a farm, you know. The Marion Davies Estate. So there's cool houses. Then Malibu Pier, great food, classic surfing. You could just be hanging out at the pier and look over and see a wall with like surfboards leaning up against it. It's a classic look, right? And you get the guys with no, you know, the guys in their swim pants but no shirt, are like standing next to their VW Bug, you know, or their VW van. Maybe they're living in it. Who knows? It's a total scene. You got to go check that out. And there's a great restaurant on the pier as well, called Malibu Farm, I believe. And if you turn off the freeway there, the Pacific Coast Highway, take the MASH hike and visit the MASH set, right? You know, which they still have a couple vehicles and some other stuff out there and areas plotted out to show you where they filmed that TV show years ago. But speaking of beaches, Zuma Beach, El Matador, Malibu Lagoon State Beach, et cetera, et cetera. These are just fantastic. That is a great ride. And throughout, just to your left, you know, if you're going north, absolutely stunning visuals, beautiful beach, sometimes cliffs. Oh, and then at night, sunset. Can't beat it.
Love it. Oh, this is great. So, Paul, let me rattle them off. These are just incredible road trip routes. If you are a road tripper, oh my God, these will all take your breath away. We got one is 78 and 86 out to the Salton Sea. 2, we got Joshua Tree and the area around that. 3, go north up the 395 freeway, which is staggering. 4, Solvang and the surrounding areas, and finally the classic, the Route 1 Pacific Coast Highway. Just a great list. And folks, let me just mention too, Paul, let me give you a chance to do a plug. Paul is not only obviously an incredibly knowledgeable source of just passion for the local area, but he also runs a tour in LA. Paul, can you just tell people about that? Because if you liked what Paul had to say, you will love his tour even more. And there's no better way to see LA than through Paul's eyes.
Yeah, you can take a regular tour. It's going to show you all the cool stuff in LA that you want to see. But if you take my tour, it's based on movie locations. So I'll show you where your favorite movies were filmed. And the biggest movies of all time were filmed here. You know, Karate Kid, Back to the Future, Pulp Fiction, E.T., on and on and on. So you pick where you want to go. So it's customized, it's private, and we get out of the car as opposed to what I call a bus and point tour. We get out and we can interact with these locations as much as possible. You know, we'll fill your Instagram. So so far those 3 things, I think, private, customized, we get out of the car, proven very successful so far. All the reviews have been fantastic, and I'm happy to keep doing it. It's great for me because I never give the same tour twice.
That's great. And Paul, what is the name of the tour? And we're going to drop that we're going to drop the link in the description and also pin it in the comments. It is called.
Well, the Movie Guys has been a brand I've been working with for a while that I created to do like podcasting, articles, reviews, and a whole website. Through that, I launched the Movie Guys L.A. Film Locations Tour.
Great. Love it. All right, folks. This is 1,000 Road Trips. I'm your host, Mike Knuckles, world's leading roadologist. And we are here with Paul Preston, who is just a wonderful local source of information. These are 5 incredible road trips to take in LA. So, folks, get on out there and go do a road trip. Thanks for watching. And thanks, Paul.